You ever spend hours or days stuck on one decision? What job to take? Whether to move? What to text someone? You play out every outcome in your head, like a movie. And somehow, by the end of it, you're more confused than when you started. Congratulations, you're stuck in the thought spiral. And it's not your fault. Your brain thinks it's protecting you. But what if I told you, overthinking doesn't prevent disaster. It creates it. Today, I'll show you why you overthink every life choice, and how to finally break free. Here's the truth. Overthinking feels productive, like you're being responsible. But it's actually your brain in panic mode. See, your mind is wired for survival, not success. So when you face uncertainty, it triggers your fight-or-flight response. But since you can't physically run from a decision, you get trapped in mental loops. The more important the choice feels, the more your brain starts asking, what if I regret it? What if I look stupid? What if I fail? Sound familiar? That's not logic. That's fear in disguise. And the more you feed it with what ifs, the more power it gets. Overthinking always follows the same deadly loop. Step 1, delay. You hesitate, thinking more time will bring clarity. Step 2, doubt. The more time passes, the more options seem risky. Step 3, dread. Now the decision feels even heavier than before. So, what do? You loop back to delay, and the cycle starts again. This is why decisions that should take minutes, like replying to a message or applying for a job, end up haunting you for weeks. And here's the worst part. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. So how do you escape the loop? You use something I call the decide lightly principle. This means you take the pressure off the decision, and instead focus on movement. Because the truth is, most life choices aren't permanent. You can pivot, adjust, and course correct. But only if you move. Deciding lightly doesn't mean being careless. It means you stop treating every choice like it's a final exam. You stop asking, what's the perfect option? And start asking, what's the next best step? Right now. Let me give you a real-life example. Meet Jordan. He got a text from someone he liked. Hey, want to hang out this weekend? Simple, right? But instead of replying, Jordan overanalyzed every word. What do they mean by hang out? What if I say yes too fast? What if they're joking? So he waited, rewrote his response 10 times, asked 3 friends for advice. By the time he replied, a week later, the moment had passed. That's what overthinking costs us. Opportunities, relationships, confidence. When you catch yourself spiraling, there's one tool that instantly helps: the bird's eye reset. Imagine you could fly above your life like a drone. Would this decision still feel massive? Would it matter in 5 years, or even in 5 weeks? Overthinking shrinks when you zoom out. Suddenly, what felt like a life-or-death choice is just one step on a long road. That zoom out? That's power. It gives you clarity and peace. Now here's something simple you can start today. I call it the 1-minute clarity habit. Next time you face a decision, set a 60-second timer. During that minute, ask yourself only 3 things. What do I know right now? What do I want most in this moment? What would I choose if I wasn't afraid? When the timer ends, make the move. Don't over-research. Don't text 5 people. Don't delay. Just act. This habit rewires your brain to trust yourself again. And over time, it builds real decision-making confidence. You know what confident decision-makers do differently? They don't wait for certainty. They know that clarity comes from action, not thinking. Where most people sit on the sidelines analyzing, confident people step in, try, learn, and adjust. They don't say, "What's the perfect choice?" They say, "Let's test this out and see." That mindset alone makes them unstoppable, because while you're stuck thinking, they're already growing. And that's how you build a life, not by finding the right path, but by walking one. Here's the truth no one tells you. You don't need perfect decisions. You need momentum. Every wrong choice teaches you something right. Every small action builds trust in yourself. Overthinking is just fear wearing a smart disguise. But action, that's how you break the disguise and say, "I trust myself to figure it out." You don't need more time. You don't need more opinions. You just need to take that first imperfect step. Because life rewards the ones who move, not the ones who wait. So here's what I want you to remember. Overthinking is fear in disguise. Clarity comes after action, not before. Confidence is built by choosing, not by waiting. Let's go deeper. One of the most powerful tools I teach is the 3 windows framework. When you're overthinking, you're usually stuck in just one window, the present problem. But to make better decisions, you need to look through 3 windows. Past wins. When have you made good choices before? What did you learn? Present values. What matters most to you right now? Future vision. Where do you want to be in 1 year? Will this decision move you forward? When you check all 3, past, present, and future, suddenly, the fog clears. You're no longer guessing. You're aligning. Let me tell you about Sarah. She was stuck between 2 jobs. One safe but boring, the other risky but exciting. Every night, she made pros and cons lists. Every morning, she felt more confused. Then, she used the 3 windows. Her past wins showed she thrived in growth environments. Her present values were about learning, challenge, and creativity. Her future vision? To lead her own creative team. Suddenly, the choice was obvious. She took the risk. It wasn't easy, but it was right. And guess what? 6 months later, she's thriving. Because she aligned her decision with who she is, not just what felt safe. Overthinking is loud, fast, fearful. But your inner wisdom? It's quiet, calm, clear. The problem is, we're so busy analyzing, we forget to listen. Here's a trick. When you're stuck, ask, "If I already knew the right answer, what would it be?" Most times, you do know. It's just buried under layers of doubt and noise. Here's what most people get wrong. There's rarely just one right choice. There's you, and how you show up for the choice. 2 people can take the same path. One thrives, one struggles. The difference? One chose with intention. The other chose in fear. It's not about being right. It's about being aligned. That's when any choice becomes the right one. Because it grows you. Next time you're spiraling, try this mantra. I don't need the perfect choice. I need movement. I need trust. Say it out loud. Say it to yourself. Let it interrupt the loop. Let it ground you. Let it move you forward. Because your future isn't built from perfect plans. It's built from brave action. One small move at a time. If this helped you, here's what to do next. Check mark. Like this video if it gave you even one moment of clarity. Comment below. What's one choice you've been overthinking? And what step are you going to take now? Subscribe for more tools to build confidence and clarity. One decision at a time. And remember, the version of you you're dreaming of, they don't overthink. They choose. They trust. They move. Let's get you there. Together.